They had to get us off the plane because
the engine wasn't working, and they said it's only going to take 10 minutes to finish the engine. It actually took 2 hours.
So we went to this other airport where they just had private jets, which is pretty cool. It was way more expensive, but it's pretty cool.
It took 5 hours because if we just went to Dallas, we would have to wait there overnight. So we just went straight to Colorado.
I liked it because we got to get Wi-Fi. We had a lot of chips. They were way more comfortable. I had a lot more room. It was small, but I liked it.
So my favorite trail was Golden Eagle because it's double block and it was the second double block I've ever done. The moguls are super high. That was only today, like depending on like the powder, maybe like if it snows a lot, might fill up the moguls. The day we went, it was like taller than me, the moguls, and it was so much fun.
Oh, it's hard. It's fun. You're gonna hurt yourself.
I'm not throwing snow at you. Stop.
It's fun to snowboard. What do you mean? Look, there's snow. Ha.
Hey, put it down.
Justin,
Put it down.
I dare you to
Put it
throw
down.
that at him.
Hey,
What is that?
put it down. Hey, Alvy.
Don't
Hey, Alvy.
One of my big things when I was going to college is I didn't want to go to college and not see my little brothers. It was kind of weird for me. I don't know why, but I didn't want them to grow up, me not see them and stuff. So I'm happy I stayed in Miami with them. I get to see them all the time.
Activision, they're a game company that makes a lot of cool games that I like the Call of Duty franchise. I want to see their studio in Santa Monica, in California. I see images on YouTube, they have a big glass building. I want to kind of make a living out of what I think is fun, but sometimes what I think is fun, they don't get a lot of money. But you can. It's weird, but YouTube, okay? You can set up bank accounts, and the more views you get, the more money you have. One of my favorite YouTubers, his net worth is $12 million off YouTube.
We did a puzzle that was 500 pieces. We finished it in 3 days. Then we got one that was 1,000 pieces, and we're doing it right now, but we still haven't finished it. We got in a good head start. We have a square. All you need to do is just fill it out. There's still a little bit of more pieces out of the square that we need to put, but we can't find them.
There we But in New York, there it is. Last three.
I moved to New York towards the end of August, beginning of September, and that's also around the time my classes started. NYU doesn't really have a campus. The campus is all around the city, so I moved into a dorm 2 blocks away from my actual studio, where I have 3 suite mates, 1 roommate and then 2 other suite mates.
It's going good. It definitely flew by already, and I'm about to be a senior. It feels like yesterday when I was just a freshman in high school or a freshman in college, and now it's all almost over. And it's kind of exciting also to be this old and getting into the real world. I'm majoring in finance and minoring in business law. I like finance, surprisingly. I thought I'd hate finance, but I ended up really liking it. It's all about money, and I like math. and just like using math in terms of like real world stuff, like ways I didn't know how to like even think about like making money before, like bonds, like evaluations, all like that. I mean, it's basically what controls the world. It also like shows you how money works, how it flows throughout like the economy and like what it's used for and what all these different terms and formulas and just a lot of information that like I didn't know before that I really enjoy learning about.
Snowball fights on snowboards. Julian and Michael. They're pretty talented. They can not only snowboard, but they can have snowball fights while snowboarding downhill on slushy ice. Ooh! Okay, go, go, go. Oh, he's down. Oh, he ducked it. Michael, get him! Oh! Right in the face.
And then I chose business law because I took like a business law class my freshman year that I really liked, and I needed like a minor or else I would have graduated like a semester early, so I just threw in a minor in there. I didn't want to major in entrepreneurship or like management or something like that because I feel like I not know enough about it, but it's no like big trip to knowing all about it. And finance was definitely harder, but I feel like I could have got more out of that, so I did that.
Aren't the walks quirky because they're adorable and they have like the body of a hot dog, and they're very great size for hugging. They're not peach. They're not like very small like peach. They're not big like Charlie. They're very, very huggable. Oh, I joined Instagram also during this thing. I put my account on private so other people can't just randomly follow me. Have a lot of friends already. A lot of people from my school have requested. When I went to the Dusty Boot, I liked it there because I like their sliders and their steak. My mom only was giving me company because she was like giving me my jacket, and I got to talk to her about The Void, this VR thing that I got to see, that I saw on YouTube. And so she really wants to go. They have a Star Wars and Ghostbusters. I really want to do the Star Wars one. It would have been more acceptable for me to not go snowboarding and spend time with Christian, because he usually stays home like for the other years. And that would have been pretty cool. And also I get to play video games with him. We would have probably just played Overwatch, and when our parents come home, they'd probably just see us screaming at each other because I suck at games.
Ready Player One. It was like old games, and then they would go in this like real life in this game, and then they would have to get these 3 keys to like get a lot of money in their real lives.
But I liked the movie. It was funny. I liked all the characters that were in it. There was like Overwatch characters, Halo. There were some Star Wars.
There was Godzilla, King Kong.
Hello Kitty, and I actually saw E.T. I'm not sure if the others saw it. And I saw it at Vail.
I love the park. It's nice to just hit all the jumps and get some air. I love doing the boxes. This year we've only done 4 boxes so far, and I've done pretty skinny ones like that this skinny. So we got really flat one, which is the easiest one, and because it's the easiest one, we try to do board sides on it, so that's good to practice. The most challenging one was the skinny one and olling off it. If I can't ollie, I'll just coast off it.
Jackrabbit Alley. Oh, it was pretty hard on my first time, and I got stuck in lots of places. Well, my second time I did like much better.
Good job.
My roommate is Anastasios, this Greek kid. He's taking like political science classes, liberal guy. And then my suite mate is a stern business student, conservative. And then the other suite mate is this Korean kid who we just never see. And he'll like disappear for like 3 days. I got to start my studio class. It's called the Strasbourg Film and Theater Institute. He took the method acting technique. He made his own version of it. And that's what his studio developed here. Marilyn Monroe was a student of his, Al Pacino, Alec Baldwin.
I don't remember it too much. I was that young. I was like in ninth grade, dude. 9th or 10th tops. I remember that going up there, I don't even remember the food much, but you guys are telling me it's amazing, so I'm excited, and I know Anna will love it because she like loves all the mountain stuff, so it'll be cool to go up there. Yeah, freshman year was a joke in terms of classes, except like especially my first semester. I lived on campus and it was all like just so new to me. School's getting harder, but I'm enjoying it. I like what I'm learning. It definitely feels nice to like be working a lot and like studying something you like. I'm in college and like you just meet so many more people and make so many more friends. And I love like how many people I've met. I've met some of my best friends now at UM that I didn't think I'd make. I'm happy I went there.
Oh yeah, we would also watch this cooking dessert thing. And there's this person that we all hated. His name is Peter, but he been last like a whole bunch of times. But then he lost again, so they took him out of the show. That was probably like our favorite part. Well, I wanted to see him get eliminated because I didn't really like him at all. Barely anyone hugged him when he left, and he also like wanted like to argue with the cooking masters.
I really want to go to on the RV trip that my mom and I want to do to Atlanta to go to U, then to go to Dallas to meet my friend Hill. He was in 5th grade, but then he left for 6th grade. But like we were like twins. We loved the same games. We loved VR. We loved everything. Everything that I liked, he liked. Also, I would go to Georgia to meet my friend Jeremy because he also left in 5th grade. He's one of my best friends. Oh yeah, we also want to go to like Salt Lake City to go to the Void, because they have one in Orlando, downtown Disney, but that one they only have the Star Wars because it's Disney. They don't have like the rights for Ghostbusters, but the Void they have it in Salt Lake City, so I want to go there. Or they have like Spain and Portugal. They have it both from there. We go to Orlando, Atlanta, then Georgia, then Dallas, and then Salt Lake City eventually. That's where I want to go. Salt Lake City, like that's where my mom and we both agree on like doing that trip, except Salt Lake City. I don't think I told her yet. I should tell her. And maybe we can go to New York also to meet Christian.
It's very weird because my whole life I've been used to, I want to go to cold weather, I want to get snow, so I got to get on a plane and travel. It was so weird the first time that I just went to bed and woke up and all of a sudden it's snowing. I was like, what? I don't understand. You literally just wake up with an email saying, hey, school's canceled, it's a snow day. I'm like, oh, okay. It's a great email to get, but it's very strange. It's funny. It's funny, I didn't think about that, although my dad does take him everywhere. So, now you put that in my head, it's kind of true. I mean, they do FaceTime him, all that stuff, just like they FaceTime me. It's just the cold truth I have to accept. That's funny, because Charlie is treated basically like my dad's son. I know he's about a year old. They've had him for 9 months, something like that. He was there toward like the end of my senior year, I think.
Okay, I'm done groceries.
I enjoyed Easter. That was fun. I like the candy. I broke my fidget spinner candy, which was sad, very sad, because the rest, they got to enjoy it.
I didn't have any math or science class. I take that next semester. What I had instead was one semester of ITP and then one semester of ITS. ITP is Intro to Theater Production. Then ITS is Intro to Theater Studies. And ITP, we were assigned specific things that we had to learn, and I got lighting. And so during the production, we had to go to this play area and set up the lights, make sure everything was working, hang them, focus them, and all that stuff. My Tuesdays are always 9 to 6, and then I'd get dinner, and then 6:30 to 9 or 9:30, I'd be working on the lights. And that was during my first semester. It was tough, I was very drained, which is also funny because then I'd see on the weekends a lot of people going out and all this stuff, and I'm just like, I'm going to bed.
You love that stick. Give it kisses.
I lived in an apartment with my friend that's considered like the sophomore dorms because of how many young people live there. And now I live in my house with two of my roommates that are older, they're seniors, and next year I'll probably live in the same house. The only difference is I have to find new roommates for next year because my two roommates are older than me, so we'll see who I end up with.
Pillows make terrible weapons.
I went over the first jump, and then I went to the left to do all the boxes. I did 3 boxes, and I also did that at the very end, that black thing, the circle. I fell off though, but I almost did. I didn't have like enough balance. It tilted too much, and then I fell backwards, well, sideways. We did one where we had to go very high up, and then we had to go down to get enough speed. That was a really big box, and the other box was pretty skinny, but we still went on it. And the other box I couldn't go on, but then when I had my instructor, then I went on it.
Nice save, nice save. That was great, man. Good job.
Lots of the parts were very steep, and there was a lot of parts where you could have done S-turns and all tricks and all like jumps, and there was lots of parts that you would have to slow down a lot.
About this close to touching my board, about 6 times. That was only today. Yesterday was about, I don't know, 3. I really hated that family. They all just cut me off, including the children. Second hardest moguls, if we're talking about crusty ones, Yarrow was hell. It's all crunchy with moguls, and it was steep. It was a bad mixer. One of the first moguls we did this year, it was with Justin, and we just, at one point it got so steep, we fell and slid. So after practice, you start to get the S-turns in.
Go down and stop, man. There you go. You okay?
Well, some were crusty, like Yarrow. There was some that were really steep and like taller than you, like Golden Eagle. There were some that were just like, I don't know, just annoying, like Seaporn and Spider. Rose Bowl, though, I think now, since I think of it, is probably the easiest.
There you go. Yep. There you go.
It's not a dream.
It's not a dream. You really did a double black diamond.
The Golden Eagle was the first time I did some S-turns, so it helped me transition to that in just blacks. And it was much easier. You felt like it was a blue that time because you did double black. Now you're doing a black. Now it feels so much easier.
I just like their food there, the Dusty Boots food. And I also like Blue Moose Pizza. For me, I think like they're both like a tie because they both have really good stuff. Well, I drink lemonade in restaurants, but like whenever I go to the pool or I'm thirsty, I get hot cocoa at the lobby, like right next to us. I was actually thinking about it to get it right now. Before the end of vacation, I'll try to do like higher jumps and get a lot of speed and like be very good with doing my S-turns and avoiding people when I go backwards.
Right now he's kind of working on this e-commerce thing where he's trying to acquire small e-commerce sites since he doesn't really have any commerce presence, and so he's been going through that, which is like a process of like meeting with the companies, I'm trying to buy like majority share in the company and stuff like that. So I've been going to like the meetings, and like I was an assistant for one of his employees when it came to like finding these new companies, and I made like an Excel sheet where descriptions of the sites, just helping however I could. He's always like starting new projects and having these new ideas that like I have so many opportunities to jump in. That was kind of fun, and it's kind of cool because it's also kind of cool to see because that has something to do with financing, mergers and acquisitions. So that was like kind of cool to like see in the real world how it works when you're like trying to acquire a company. Whatever I do with him, I learn a lot.
Before the vacation, I was working on a project with my friend Nathan. I want to go on my graphics tablet, hang out with Dan and Nathan, and be with Ray. I miss Ray. I want to do more of the music stuff with him. Because I'm dying to show him my project with Nathan, our music project. We think it sounds cool, but we need his help to do like the drop and making like you know like how they have like dubstep breaks and I don't want dubstep like all the farts going all over the place, but something that sounds good. I miss Charlie and I really want to see him in the snow. That'd be adorable. And I just found a video of him humping the yoga ball that he broke, and we had to hide it from our mom. So we hid it in that thing, but she found it. Because you had to find the blanket. Because we hid it where the blankets were in the very back, but then she found the broken yoga ball because he was humping it. It was like ripped. Like he was like, and it was like popped. I'm like, oh crap, let's hide it. I would feel very worried because if I went snowboarding with him, I'm scared I might hit him. Because he'll see like the snow drifting all around. You're like, ooh, snow. And try to like get the board or wherever the snow's coming from. He'll always find the source and try to eat the source. So if he knows the source of the snow is coming from my board, he'll go for my board. Like the source of the water, whenever I splash it, he'll find that it's coming from like the pool, and he'll try to eat the pool and get his face all wet. I don't really like snowboarding. I fall a lot, and I want to try skiing next year because I remember that I wanted to do snowboarding because everyone else was doing snowboarding. For the first time, I really want ski poles. I really want ski poles. That way, I don't need to unstrap one foot. So I feel like skiing would be easier for me.
My goal is to get really confident in the S-turns on moguls. Not just that, board slides on boxes, because what's tricky about it is normally when you go sideways, you're used to going on your heels, and on boxes you can't do that because it's plexiglass, like something like that, and you'll just slip and hit your bottom really hard. Switch is also another really important goal because if you can do that, you can do the 180, which I can almost do. I go here to here. Not here. Yeah, half of 180.
Like there's like millions of people on YouTube who've made livings off YouTube. I think it's cool. For every 500,000 views, you get $12,000. You can buy a house with at least 100 million. So I can do like animation, I can do drawing, I can do playing video games. Because I have a really good computer for video games, and I have a lot of video games on it. Maybe tutorials, I'm not sure. Tutorials never got anyone anywhere on YouTube. A lot of people look at them, but no one really. How to make slime? That's the only viral tutorial. Or music, posting the music that I make. Music is probably the most viewed thing on YouTube. The next Despacito. Yeah.
It was also difficult because, one, I'm in a completely new city that I don't know. I don't have the usual things that I want to go do. I also don't have my family with me that I just can go see a movie with or go on the boat, go to Ocean Reef and all that stuff. So the weekends were weird at first because I also don't have my friends here. Most of them are like really, they're not chase. I got a few good friends in my acting group, but a lot of my friends that I made are just outside of them as well because it's a very different vibe from Miami and my Miami friends. So the first couple of weeks were definitely difficult trying to get situated and see what's going on. But I got to focus on my studio, so that was really nice. My dad asked if I wanted to fly out, he'd give me a ticket and all that for the weekend. But I knew I couldn't. Because I have rehearsals with people, I have things I gotta do. And that's first, because it's weird to not be on a family vacation with everyone. It's still nice to see them all. I do appreciate it. It's nice to get reminders of home. It's very nice when my dad calls me the family. It's a needed comfort and a needed reminder of family during stressful times. You don't have the sense of home and the sense of family in the dorm at all. So it is nice to get a sense of comfort when it's a lot of stress trying to learn all these lines, writing these essays, and getting ready for midterm. When you're not prepared for math, or you're not prepared for science, or you're not prepared for a quiz or whatever, you do bad at the quiz. And that's the end of it. You're not prepared for your scene in front of all these other great actors and in front of these legendary teachers. It's just embarrassing. The one thing that a lot of kids always say is like, the most useful skill that we've learned in this class was just being okay with just sucking in a scene and just having you completely critique and just break us down and be like, okay, got it, that's what I'll work on. It's definitely been a year of having to be okay with not being perfect, but also still striving to be perfect. I am not staying in the summer. I feel like I have a lot of things I want to do in the summer, but I feel like there's not enough time. I've told my dad this as well, and my mom, that I want to go out to California, do a bunch of auditioning for roles. The odds of you getting an actual big role in a film, very slim because you need to be SAG, but I'd love to go and just try and be extras in movie sets, which will also build up the requirements for being SAG. Plus it'd just be fun to be on a movie set, just have that experience. Or, if I just get cast as the next Marvel superhero, then guess I don't have to deal with the cold weather anymore. It's already nice to put on my resume Strasbourg actor from the Strasbourg Film Institute. So being able to put actual experience, no matter how small it is, will also be very helpful. So I'd like to do that for a month, but I'd also like to spend time with my friends from Miami, as well as go with my friends to maybe the Bahamas and things like that, or a lot of sun.
Oh, and grabs. A good way to practice that though is the park. Best place because it gives you more air if you go fast and going on little things. I remember one time in the park where I grabbed it though I fell. At least I tried, which you always got to keep on practicing and trying and show you how you do it. Some of my goals by the end of the trip are do S-turns on moguls, do 180 switch, and not just 180 switch though, know how to switch and do S-turns, board slides, also logs, because I did one. It was a chunk of logs, though it was kind of easy because you couldn't even see it because it was covered in snow. But at the same time, it's a new experience, and I was like, oh, I just did that.
And he doesn't have any commerce presence really, the company doesn't. So if he buys a bunch of these like small e-commerce sites and grows them into like a certain amount, like that, a certain percentage of his business. Like that's the game plan, to diversify his business and just like grow it as much as possible. So yeah, I mean, it definitely, especially the timing right now, I'm at the end of college, and with what I'm studying, like it definitely seems like a perfect opportunity for me to just jump in and learn a lot. It sounds like a great experience. If he grows that, I think it can be a huge success. It's 0% of his company's e-commerce, the website, like the way it works. So it's untapped and it's only positive growth, really. He's buying a bunch of small ones, so it'll be diverse. And with all our pricing, shipping, like how much he can get in China, like stuff like that, like all those small things like add up, and the percentages on all the things that those e-commerce company sells will fly through the roof. So all of them will grow overnight just with moving around things in the back of the company. I mean, I think it's a lot of potential because it only has room to grow like exponentially. The first year will obviously always be slow with buying any company. We could buy hopefully 2 to 3 within a year, and then in 2 to 3 years you see growth in all of them. Then you've already created if you can get up to 15% of his business sales or 20% of your business, that's like huge to do within 3 years. And I think that's what he could easily do with it.
I am jealous of the treatment and all of that family comfort, I guess, that Charlie, as well as Albie. Albie's on the same attention, love level as Charlie. I do miss that family attention, family comfort all the time that Charlie and Albie seem to be getting since I'm no longer there. I mean, my dad brings Charlie to the gym with him. My dad brings Charlie to breakfast. I think Charlie is probably my dad's newest child. Having another child would just seem too ridiculous. You know, if you have like your 6th child, like you just kind of seem like that's crazy. But if you get another dog and just treat him like a child, that's understandable. My dad says he wants a private jet so he can come see me and everyone frequently, but I think it's just so he can fly with Charlie.
No one knows for sure how YouTube's money system works. They don't know where they get the money from YouTube. Maybe from like the viewers from YouTube giving all them, I don't know, tax or something, I don't know.
Number 4 would be the boxes going, did I say that already? Boxes?
Albie's just dabbing in the background. I haven't worn any chapstick. Not at all.
What?
I haven't worn any chapstick. That was random. Why are we ever going to need electromagnets? Why should we hire you for this job? Because I know what a Richter scale is? You're hired. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
To get a lot of speed.
You want to learn how to do that? To power up faster?
Yeah.
So you got to learn S-turns, right?
I know how to do that.
Hill, he was in 5th grade, but then he left for 6th grade. But like we were like twins. It's not gay soulmates, but we were kind of soulmates. Just thinking about it, I don't want to go to Spain nor Portugal because of the Spanish. I can't be reminded of Miss Farrow. She made 2 or 3 kids cry in class because she didn't accept their work, or she's like, no, I want it on paper.
It's like saying you love ice cream and you love hot dogs, though you don't like it when it's combined.
I really want to live in California when I'm older because it's very chill. It's not hot, not Miami hot, but it's like Colorado hot, which means like it's not hot Miami and cold like it's just nicer, very chilly. I like it.
Have you ever been there?
No. I want to go to Banana Beach. I don't know. Wait. What is it called? I forgot what it's called, the place I want to go. No, it's not Santa Monica.